The autumn sun cast long shadows across the marble steps of First National Bank as Marcus readjusted his leather jacket and walked through the gleaming glass doors. His designer jeans and casual sneakers drew immediate attention from the security guard, whose hand instinctively moved toward his radio. Marcus noticed the suspicious glare but kept walking, his head held high with quiet confidence. The polished floor echoed with his footsteps as he approached the customer service desk, where a young woman looked up with a forced smile. "Good afternoon. I need to speak with someone about a significant business investment," Marcus said, his voice calm and professional. The receptionist, Lisa Park, hesitated for a moment before directing him to the loan department. "Third floor, sir." "Ask for Sarah Chen." Marcus nodded his thanks and headed toward the elevator, aware of the whispered conversations and pointed stares following his every move. Sarah Chen welcomed Marcus into her office with genuine warmth, offering him coffee and asking about his investment plans. "I represent a consortium interested in major banking partnerships," Marcus explained, pulling out his business card. Sarah's eyes widened as she read the impressive credentials, but before she could respond, her office door burst open without warning. Tom Bradley, the bank manager, stormed in with his chest puffed out and his face already twisted in annoyance. "What is this about, Sarah? I heard someone was here wasting our time with fantasies about big investments." His cold eyes fixed on Marcus with undisguised contempt. "Sir, I think you might be lost. The check cashing place is 3 blocks down the street." Marcus felt the familiar sting of prejudice but maintained his composure. "Actually, Mr. Bradley, I am exactly where I need to be. Perhaps you should listen before making assumptions." Bradley laughed harshly, his voice growing louder and attracting attention from other employees. "Listen? To what? Another sob story about needing a loan you cannot possibly qualify for." The conversation escalated quickly as Bradley's voice carried through the office space. Other customers turned to stare, some pulling out their phones to record the unfolding drama. "Security!" Bradley shouted across the floor. "We have someone here who refuses to leave after being told this is not the place for him." 2 security guards approached hesitantly, clearly uncomfortable with the situation. Marcus stood slowly, his dignity intact despite the public humiliation. "Mr. Bradley, you are making a serious mistake. I suggest you check with your board of directors before you do something you will regret forever." Bradley scoffed, waving his hand dismissively. "The board? They do not have time for people like you. Now leave before I have you arrested for trespassing." At that precise moment, Bradley's phone rang with the urgent tone reserved for executive calls. His secretary's panicked voice crackled through the speaker. "Mr. Bradley, the board is asking for you immediately. Something about Marcus Reed from Reed Investment Group. They say it is extremely urgent." The color drained from Bradley's face as recognition dawned. Marcus smiled calmly and extended his hand. "Marcus Reed, majority shareholder in Reed Investment Group. We were scheduled to discuss a $2 billion investment in your bank. We're being the key phrase here." Chaos erupted as board members rushed down from the executive floor, their faces flushed with embarrassment and panic. Chairman Robert Hayes, led the group, practically stumbling over his words as he approached Marcus. "Mr. Reed, we are so terribly sorry. This is completely unacceptable behavior from our staff." Bradley stood frozen, his career crumbling before his eyes as the magnitude of his mistake became clear. Marcus addressed the gathered crowd with measured words. "This is not just about money or business deals. This is about basic human respect and dignity. How you treat people when you think they have no power reveals your true character." The board immediately terminated Bradley's employment, but Marcus was not finished. "If you want my investment, this bank must commit to real change. Diversity training, community outreach programs, and a zero-tolerance policy for discrimination. Actions, not just apologies. 6 months later, First National Bank had become a model for inclusive banking practices throughout the city. Marcus's investment had funded scholarship programs for minority students and small business loans for underserved communities. The bank's lobby now displayed a plaque reading "Respect and Dignity for All," serving as a daily reminder that character matters more than appearances. As Marcus walked through those same glass doors for a board meeting, he reflected on how one moment of standing up against injustice had created ripples of positive change. The security guard, now trained in cultural sensitivity, greeted him warmly by name. Sometimes the most powerful victories come not from fighting back with anger, but from demanding better with unwavering dignity and the strength to back up your words with meaningful action.